The sixth plague boils, reflections on suffering and spiritual healing. The unfolding narrative of the 10 plagues in the book of Exodus brings us to the sixth plague boils. In this affliction, painful and loathsome boils break out on the skin of both humans and animals in Egypt. As we delve into the profound implications of this plague, we uncover insights into suffering, spiritual healing, and the significance of seeking God's mercy. The sixth plague unraveled. As Pharaoh's heart continued to harden, God unleashed the sixth plague upon Egypt, Exodus 9 verses 8 to 12. The painful boils afflicted both man and beast, disrupting daily life and causing anguish throughout the land. Lessons from the plague of boils. The reality of suffering. The sixth plague reminds us of the reality of suffering in the world. It illustrates that pain and affliction are a part of the human experience, and no one is immune to life's trials. The consequences of hardened hearts. Pharaoh's obstinacy had far-reaching consequences. The plague of boils served as a poignant reminder of the repercussions that can arise when we harden our hearts to the call of compassion and justice. Finding spiritual healing. In the midst of physical suffering, the sixth plague encourages us to seek spiritual healing. It reminds us that in times of distress, turning to God for solace and strength can bring comfort and renewal to our souls. The fragility of human pride. The affliction of boils demonstrated the frailty of human pride. Even the most powerful and mighty can be humbled by physical ailments, prompting introspection on the impermanence of worldly accomplishments. The mercy of God. Despite the severity of the plagues, God's mercy is evident throughout the narrative. The sixth plague invites us to seek divine compassion and forgiveness, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. Day-to-day applications. The lessons derived from the sixth plague carry practical applications that resonate with our daily lives. Compassion in the face of suffering. The sixth plague calls us to extend compassion and support to those who suffer physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Acts of kindness and empathy can bring healing to those experiencing afflictions. Softening hardened hearts. Reflecting on Pharaoh's hardened heart, we can examine our attitudes towards others and be mindful of our tendencies to resist change or ignore the suffering of those around us. Embracing spiritual practices. In challenging times, engaging in spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and acts of devotion can provide solace and inner strength. Cultivating humility. The plague of boils urges us to cultivate humility and recognize the fragility of human existence. Humility allows us to approach life with gratitude and a deeper appreciation for our blessings. Seeking divine mercy. Just as the Egyptians sought relief from the affliction, we too can seek God's mercy and forgiveness when facing trials and hardships. Conclusion. The sixth plague of boils serves as a poignant reflection on the nature of suffering, the consequences of hardened hearts, and the significance of seeking spiritual healing. By embracing compassion, humility, and a connection with the divine, we can find solace and growth in the face of challenges. The lessons from this plague resonate throughout time, guiding us to be more mindful of the suffering around us and reminding us of the transformative power of seeking God's mercy and grace. As we navigate life's trials, may we find strength in the wisdom of the sixth plague and approach adversity with a spirit of resilience, compassion, and faith.